We return to Wizard Games football today. There were several versions of One-Nil. I thought that going through them all would get a bit boring, and also let's go for the latest one, because then it's the furthest from the soccer game. So here we go. So 2 years for England, 1 for Italy. Was a bit of a phase when Italian football was big in Britain with things like Football Italia on Channel 4 and the Anglo-Italian Cup, and Scotland, given that Wizard Games were originally Scottish, it's really quite surprising that wasn't included previously. So let's go on for latest year for England. On 1. So for some reason, they decided that each division would have 16 teams, whereas on the soccer game it was 20, which is more conventional. You can see they have real names. They have a Super League with no English teams in it. If you press on Insert, you can see things like how big the support is, cash available, which looks not very much by modern standards, and all the staff name. I remember Howard Wilkinson, Mick Hennigan, Leslie Silver, etc. So, and yes, your default name is Howard Wilkinson. Aviard. Oh yes, for countries. So you can see it's not accounted for a breakup of Yugoslavia yet, and there's quite a lot of countries you can pick. I'm not sure if this makes any difference at all. Let's go with Lesotho. Okay, so we have some friendlies. Now, unlike in a modern game like Football Manager, it is quite easy to buy players. It doesn't take forever. As long as you have enough money, you can usually buy them. So it's both domestic and foreign. Let's see. Of course, with such a small squad, you are going to have injuries. So it's a good idea to look at where you are weak. So here, I have a left and a right winger, but no substitutes for either. So let's see if I can get a left and a right winger as substitutes. Someone from Romania, from Rapid Bucharest. Let's see if there you are, just like that. I have signed Zamfir. So we're playing Liverpool in a friendly. Let's see, so you can see at the bottom each player has a rating, which is usually the easiest thing to go on. Gary Kelly, Leeds United legend, is not bad. Seems a bit harsh that. Nigel Worthington, Northern Irish legend, who was a left back, not a right back, is on fine. So does that mean... So yes, that's a bit controversial. Nigel Worthington being better than Gary Kelly. John Pemberton and Radaby. It's got to be Radaby, he's a legend. David White, he didn't last very long at Leeds. Carlton Palmer, he was a midfielder really. You can tell I get very offended if it's not their real position. Right, let's try Liverpool. So you can watch the match play along with these little Subbuteo type figures. You can increase the speed, but really most of the time I just press R. You can see Nigel Clough has scored. That's not very good. Let's do some substitutions, shall we? Oh dear, we lost 3-0. And we're also in debt. Yeah, okay, I'll give Pemberton a contract. So you can look at other teams as well. So You might notice this is not as funny as the early Wizard games, whereas if there's no gambling element, you don't have a physio saying crazy things to you. There is the odd, strange thing though, like Fulham, for example. The chairman says J Hill, large chin. That was a joke about Jimmy Hill's chin. For some reason, he's down as being German, which is not true. Funny to see Fulham in non-league in this when they're in Premiership these days. And yeah, there's quite a lot of European clubs. So overall, I find this quite good fun to play. It is easier than a soccer game, and you can also go through seasons a lot quicker than on a modern game like Football Manager. So yes, I suppose just the only downside is I do miss some of the humour from their early games.